Rodney Mullen's life may seem like a series of paradoxes. A child prodigy who was told he had to quit. A shy personality that was thrust into the public spotlight. A mind that has created an almost endless number of tricks, but is still never satisfied.
Rodney Mullen is probably the most influential skateboarder ever.
Rodney changed everything in skateboarding. All of our building blocks to build up all of our modern day tricks came from him.
His latest endeavor is no less contradictory. The godfather of street skateboarding is now a technology and design keynote speaker.
So that's what I've done with my life.
I first came across skateboarding. This is 1976. A couple of surfer guys, they would cruise around. But there was this one guy, and he was just inherently, he was just aloof. No one told him what to do. My dad was a dentist. I remember asking him, thinking it was a fairly innocent question, can I get aboard? Skateboard was not wanted in the house. It was not welcome. And I just remember pleading to him. And there were all these stipulations. First time I get hurt, had to quit. Always wear pads. As soon as I entered high school, I had to quit. So New Year's Day, I got my first board, 1977. When I was maybe, 11 maybe, 12, we moved out to the country. And what I had was my skateboard. But where I was out in the country, there was just a barn, a garage actually for years. So that's all I had.
On that small square of concrete, armed with only a skateboard and endless imagination, Rodney Mullen developed a unique style of riding that focused on flat ground tricks. As word of his talent spread, this shy, timid prodigy was poised to send shockwaves through the skateboarding industry with his new brand of technical riding. But the newly gained fame didn't come without a price.
I remember the first time I was at a demo. I show up and suddenly there's a couple hundred people around you and they're coming in. I remember I was so freaking out, a guy in Philly literally put me over his shoulder and walked me out to get me away from people because I didn't know how to deal with it. It was too much for me.
Rodney's career was taking off, and it seemed as if nothing could stand in his way, except for a promise he made to his father in exchange for that first skateboard. He would eventually have to quit.
My dad, when I started winning stuff, he's like, yep, that's just proof that skaters are bums. They don't know how to train. If you competed against someone who knew how to compete, you'd be placing normally. You wouldn't be winning every time. So the fact that you won every time just moves. You should move on.
Rodney didn't stop riding, though. Although still a foolish pursuit in the eyes of his father, he followed his passion. But today, his priorities have shifted, and the once shy, aloof kid is embarking on a wholly different journey, one where he faces an audience head-on.
I've been all around the world, and there'll be 1,000 kids crying out your name, and it's such a weird, visceral experience. It's like, it's disorienting. And you get in a car and you drive away, and 10-minute drive, and you get out and no one gives a rat's who you are. And it gives you that clarity of perspective of, man, I'm just me, and popularity, what does that really mean again? Not much.
If someone would have told me when I was a kid that when I was 48 years old, I would be speaking in auditoriums and these formal shindigs, not only would I not have believed them, but just in case, I would have changed everything I was doing at that time so I wouldn't have to be doing what I'm doing now.
But Mullen has touched a chord in the tech industry with his message of innovation and rewriting the established rules. He was first asked to speak at TEDx at the University of Southern California in 2012, something that was altogether outside of his comfort zone.
How can the context, how can the environment change the very nature of what I do? So you drive and drive and drive, and actually I gotta admit this because I was struggling with this because I'm here. But I'll just say it, is I cannot tell you, not only to be here in front of you, but what a privilege it is to be at USC campus, because I have been escorted off of this campus so many times.
Oh my gosh. When I first got there, I was so nervous. I had no idea what to expect. other than to be terrified and to suck. I think it wasn't until when they called my name, suddenly, similar to skating, when I started moving and knowing it was happening in the process, it started to go away. I realized, you know what it's like since I got on stage? It's like doing a demo. Because it felt like skating.
And although he is now clearly comfortable on stage, his humility still shows.
Look, the bottom line is I don't deserve to be there in those places. I get up and what do I gotta say? I skated. The truth is compared to the stuff that people reel off, holy crap, I don't have qualifications. But it always goes back to my skating. It taught me how to learn and to look within myself. That is the infrastructure skateboarding has given me, something very concrete, models that I think others actually don't have access to. So these are messages that I share in very concrete ways that gets people's attention.
If there's anything I can give you that will transcend what I've gotten from skateboarding, the only things of meaning, I think, and of permanence, it's not fame, it's not popularity, it's all these things, it's what it is that there's an intrinsic value in creating something for the sake of creating it. And better than that, because man, I'm 46-year-old, or I'll be 46, and how pathetic is that I'm still skateboarding. But there is this beauty in dropping it into a community of your own making and seeing it dispersed and seeing younger, more talented, just different talent. Take it to levels you could never imagine, because that lives on. So thank you for your time.
Howdy folks, Jack Matrani here, host of the X Games. Thank you for watching Being. Make sure to subscribe to X Games YouTube channel, and if you want to continue watching some more Being, check out the playlist. Or not, whatever you want to do. I'm not like here to tell you what to do, but like just giving you heads up of what you can do.